Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to the Gav Goes In podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to smash that like button. Big up to Adam family yesterday for coming on my channel. Enjoyed the chat yesterday with Adam. You know, highly intelligent guy, knows what he's talking about. Yeah, chopped it up for about an hour and a half. That video is now live and available on my channel. If you check it out, guys, some good conversation there. So yeah, hopefully get Adam back on again, and yeah, we can obviously talk more football, and hopefully we can look forward to Manchester United getting back to the levels that we both believe they should be at. So today's stream, obviously, going to talk about Jadon Sancho. Obviously, there was reports last night saying that Sancho's looking to return to the club if Erik ten Hag is relieved of his duties. For me, as I said before, for me, Erik ten Hag was gone long time. I believe that Ineos have already made that decision. So, yeah, I believe that Sancho will be coming back anyway, as I've been saying. Obviously, as we know, Borussia Dortmund can't afford to keep him permanently. And I believe that under a new manager at Man United, Sancho obviously will still have a point to prove. And I think this could be his opportunity to really show, you know, the world, you know, that he is still one of the best young players in the game. You know, I think Sancho's now, what, 23? You know, so he's still got time on his hands, on his side. But I think that with Man United, they need to kind of, you know, go in a direction. And in my opinion, they need to be building a team around the likes of a Sancho. You know, obviously there's going to be some Man United fans, you know, that are going to be a bit salty. Don't want Sancho back because of the fallout with Ten Hag. And I'm just going to say my take on this. This is very simple. For me, in life, you know, if you believe you haven't done anything wrong, whether that goes for a work environment, you know, whether that goes in your own personal life, if you strongly believe in that you haven't done anything wrong, I don't see why you should or need to apologize. You know, if you feel you haven't done anything wrong, you shouldn't apologize. And the fact that Erik ten Hag chose to mention Sancho's name when he didn't need to, he could have just diverted away from that question or just said, you know, it's a private matter. He could have said something like that, but yet he chooses to say that he wasn't training well, which full well you're going to know that there's going to be fans that are going to jump onto that. So in a sense, he's thrown Sancho under the bus for no reason, when he could have just said, you know, it's a private matter, and then it would left people to think whatever they want to think. You know what I mean? But the fact that you've come out and said that he hasn't trained well, and by right he's come and defended his corner, Sancho, as any normal human being would do, I have no problem with that. You have some Man United fans that have an issue with that, but to me that just shows that they command no respect in their own life. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be apologizing for something if you don't feel that you're in the wrong. That's just simple for me, you know. And I have no problem that Sancho didn't apologize for the tweet that he put up. The manager shouldn't have made it public about him in the first place. And I think you need more players like that, you know, that need to kind of back their corner, because it's not about player power. It's not about disrespecting the manager. The manager, in a sense, disrespected him in public, and when he didn't need to, especially after they lost the game as well. So for me, the manager could have just kept it private in-house and not expose whatever he thought about Sancho. And as I say, I have no problem with Sancho's reply. Sancho hasn't refused to play for Man United. That's a lie. No matter what some people might tell you, he has refused to apologize to the manager, but that's not technically refusing to play for the club. So, you know, there needs to be a bit of honesty in regards to that. You know, he's not refused to play for the club. And even the whole he's not training well, that's just an opinion. You know, that's no fans are there to view if he isn't training well or not. You know, and so yeah, for me, 100%, Man United are in no position to be turning away players of that talent, of that caliber, to say, you know, we're going to move him on. Obviously, it's going to come down to Sancho himself, what he wants to do. But for me, it's very obvious he wants to come back to Man United and prove himself. And yeah, it's, you know, even the quote about he's only going to return as Ten Hag goes. Obviously, that's not a quote from himself. So again, that's a lie. But that's just obvious to think that he's gonna want to come back if the manager goes, because if the manager was to happen to stay, then realistically there's no way back for Sancho. So the quote coming out about he's gonna come back if Sancho goes, that's just obvious, you know what I mean? And obviously he's not even said that, but you can make your own mind up and think what you want to think about that anyway, you know. So yeah, I'm massive fan of Sancho, so hopefully he can come back in the summer, you know, and regain a spot on that left-hand side as a permanent in the team for me, you know. And even as well, you know, I think some people were not being honest as well in Sancho. A lot of lies being told, saying that Ralph Rangnick, I think I watched one stream yesterday. Apparently, someone said Ralph Rangnick said that Sancho was a poor trainer, which is a lie. He didn't say that. You know what I mean? In actual fact, there's a quote out there saying what he actually said about Sancho, saying that he's a pleasure to work with. You know, I can't remember the whole quote, but it's more along the lines of he's a pleasure to work with. So yeah, I would say just be aware of people trying to build an agenda and saying false things about certain players that they either don't rate, don't like, or they want at the club. You know what I mean? By all means, have your own opinion, but don't let your opinion be based on a lie. And as I said, Ralph Rangnick didn't say he thought Sancho was a lazy trainer. That's not true. It was quite the opposite, actually. You know. But as I said, yeah, Sancho for me has to return next season, and I think a big show of faith as well would be to give him that number 7 shirt from Mason Mount. How Mason Mount had been given that shirt ahead of Sancho in the first place, as I mentioned previously, is a joke. So hopefully in the summer, the new manager can, you know, we can give Sancho the confidence to let him know that he's going to be a mainstay in the team and give him that number 7 shirt. Obviously, there's been reports, you know, that Erik ten Hag is going to find out his fate this week. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. As I've said to you many times, for me, the decision has already been made, and that's to relieve the manager of his duties as he's not been good enough. And this needs to happen for me. And I believe, obviously, reports that Ineos are a ruthless organization, and this will be the first step to showing their ruthlessness for me. You know, also Bruno Fernandes. There's talk about him moving on. Again, another ruthless decision that needs to be made. You know, Man United need to be moving in a different direction, and for me, that needs to be without Erik ten Hag and without Bruno Fernandes. You know, and a few other players that are in there. But I think those two, yeah, 100% need to be moved on, and hopefully Ineos, you know, hopefully Ineos will finally be the part owners to kind of make certain United fans that, you know, that are interested in seeing good football, are interested in the team getting back to the top, making these crucial decisions. Because for me, watching Man United this season has been a hard watch, and it can't go on any longer. So yeah, for me, looking forward to this week. Hopefully, I'm hoping of a decision today or tomorrow. But for sure, manager needs to be moved on, and that'll be the first big step for me for Ineos. Hope you guys like the stream. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel at Gav Goes In. And yeah, guys, if you get a chance on Twitter, Adam Manred, guy with very good knowledge in football. Follow him. As I said, guys, yeah, follow me at Gav Goes In. Subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to catch you guys back tomorrow for another stream. Obviously, the European Championships are closing in now soon. England are playing tonight, I believe, against Bosnia. So I'll be doing a stream on the reaction to that game and to what the final squad is gonna look like. Take it easy.